Righto, Melbourne supporters, you've been very patient and you've been sitting back saying, come on, tell us all about it. Well, I tell you what, there's a lot to tell about this one. Beforehand, though, they did their bit, the teams, the AFL, on what was Anzac Eve. And I guess it's different to what we're going to see today because they have the benefit of being at night, but it is a spectacle in its own right. And as Nathan said, his son went along with his grandfather there and just learning, just asking questions, and just an absolutely beautiful occasion at the MCG. Nothing quite like it, is there?
Spectacular, TJ, as was the footy, because Richmond tried to come out hard and make a statement. Melbourne stood up to them, Lordo. I know you want to take a close look at what they did to turn the footy around last night.
Yeah, Richmond had beaten Melbourne on the last 5 Anzac night clashes. So it's been all Richmond, and when the weather has come down also, they'd be too tough for Melbourne. They could outwork them, but I think Melbourne beat Richmond in Richmond-style fashion last night with surge football. So let's take a look at it. So they are tough, Melbourne, but they've always lacked class. Now they've got the class to go with that toughness, and you watch it. This is Richmond footy, so the ball's in dispute. 2-on-1, so they outnumber them. Over the top, surge football, Luke Jackson runs into an open goal. So they just broke them open. So Richmond kicked the first 2 goals. Then Hibberd did a great job on Dusty. Over the back, surge football again from Petrarca. They get it over to Fritsch. He handballs over the top. This is the way Richmond love to play their football, but Melbourne were too good in this. I thought this wasn't tough enough from Pickett. He had to smash him off the ball. Wasn't strong enough. Another one, lose your feet, Liam Baker. Jackson goes in and kicks another goal. So I thought, there's no doubts anymore on Melbourne. If you had any, that is gone. This is the last one. Get the ball forward, take yardage into Salem, and then they were caught out badly, the Richmond defenders, in 1-on-1. So I loved what I saw last night from the Demons.
Yeah, they were terrific, Lordo, and universally admired. Nate Jones, 300 games last night. Here he is being cheered off, and it was a great moment. As he said in his interview, he's been through the hard times, and I just felt I saw a flicker of hope in his eyes that maybe this could be the year. Maybe in my last year, I might play in a premiership. And then he checked himself and said, no, we've got a long way to go. But this was a great moment.
He's seen it all.
As again, classed by every other club when this happens. Richmond stayed on the ground. So well done to Nate Jones.
He's seen it all, hasn't he? The good, the bad and the ugly.
Lordo, you were effusive in your your review there. What has changed, and how can it change so quickly when suddenly Melbourne not only a trendsetter in the competition, but they've also got depth. They've got Wiedemann, they've got Brown.
It's spot on, because at the start of the year, we could after round 6 we thought maybe 2 and 4. It could have been 0 and 6. Now there's 6 and 0.
We're going to talk about David Teague later and about his press conferences, but we went hard on Simon Goodwin, where he'd sit there after many games and he'd say the same thing over and over again. And to me, I thought he was lost for answers. They get to the off-season. I think Mark Williams has put a lot of work into their foot skills. So they have hammered the players on how they use the ball. And now they used to always get the ball inside 50, but they had no ability to score and make the most of it, and that's what they're doing now.
The word you set up there, surge, it just took me back to what Richmond do as a surge team. And Spargo, Neil Bullen and Pickett putting enormous pressure in that forward end. And then they've got the cleaners through the midfield now, so they're going really well.
Yeah, 68 more handballs they had. So then what Western Bulldogs are doing and what Melbourne are doing is using their handballs and taking on and absorbing that pressure with composure. This moment was interesting late in the game. Kozzy Pickett got a free kick off the ball. There was a bit of a scuffle. The players coming. He says only 4 minutes to go, or just under, in the last quarter. We'll see a replay there of 50-51, but the umpire was right on it. They pay that these days. He went back and kicked the goal. Then look at the reaction from Kozzy straight after. It is easy to get caught up. Second-year player. Richmond given away a free kick here, but I don't know for Melbourne, maybe just the one negative out of it
is
just
to describe what he did, because I don't know if that was all
he pointed to the scoreboard. So he had a shot for goal. He went after the player on the mark. Then he pointed to the scoreboard to say, this is the score, we've got you. I think you just got to be really humble. Now, it's, as I said, easy as a second-year player to get caught up in it. Be humble, though. Richmond have long memories.
The coach will have a chat to him, mate. It's all okay.
I know, it is, Bill, but Melbourne have done nothing yet. And we think, well done to them for the start of their season. But they're triple premiership players that you're mocking late in a game. So you've got to be a little bit careful with the way you go about it.
There's problems for Richmond that's been out of the result as well. Dusty Martin was concussed in what appeared to be an innocuous incident, but that head hitting his head there, Bill, is Jack Viney's head, and that is the hardest head in football. That has caused the damage, was subbed out, and will now miss the Friday night game against the Western Bulldogs, as we are assuming that Kane Lambert will also, who injured his calf within that game. 2 key players to what the Richmond team has been all about.